Welcome to On Second Thought. I'm John Price, and I'm here with our pastor, Jay Hackett, where every week we take a deeper dive into life at Peachtree Corners Baptist Church. Whether we're talking about the latest sermon, upcoming events, or just whatever's on Jay's mind, this is your insider look at our church, our staff, and what makes PCBC your church on the corner. So join our conversation as we help you find community, purpose, and growth. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to On Second Thought. This is episode 33, and thank you for joining with us. We have just completed Missions Month, and it's been really a little longer than a month because we extended an extra week to talk about the persecuted church on the International Day of Prayer. I had Joe Connor come and speak from Elam.
Yeah. And I thought Joe did a great job yesterday. I was trying to decide if it was his content or his accent that really kind of took us over.
Accent doesn't hurt.
Accent does not hurt.
The British accent.
If I could develop that, English accent, I think we would probably triple in attendance just to show up. No, but Joe did fabulous yesterday, and it's good. Sometimes we talk about our mission partners and we talk about, some of the things they get to do, but to actually get to hear from some of them firsthand. And, it's like Joe was sharing yesterday, the stories he was sharing, he goes, I'm not getting these from friends of a friend of a friend, he goes.
Or chicken soup for the soul.
Or chicken soup for the soul. Yeah, I didn't Google what's happening in Iran, or what's happening here. It was just, those were first-person stories of here's what I've been able to see, and here's what God is doing around the world. And just a great opportunity to hear from him. And, and this morning we were talking with a couple people on staff, and they were just like, his pace. And they were like, I don't know how many times you've said Jesus is alive, but it just hit different when he kind of slowed down and was like, no, really, Jesus is alive.
Yeah.
And, and it's the frustration I think we have from time to time as pastors. It's you say things over and over and over and nobody does anything with it. And
I think even more so when we were youth pastors.
Oh, yeah.
It would gall me. The knuckleheads in my youth group that would just, they wouldn't listen to during the talk or whatever. And then they would come back from college and be like, oh man, you know what? I've just been on fire for God. They're saying these things I've never heard before. And I was like, I said that every week. Are you kidding me?
Every week for 5 years of your life.
Communication is not just talking; it's listening.
It's
a two-way street.
Yes.
So,
and sometimes it takes a different voice. I think that's probably been the best thing.
So British accent. I should have been
other
speaking
than British accent. Yeah. But just getting to hear from some other voices.
Yeah.
And you always want your people to be able to hear from other people. And be able to go, okay, they may be saying similar things to what we've been saying, but the way they say it, the pace of how they say it, the timing of when they say it, and like you said, we have to be ready to receive it.
Yeah.
And so, my key is I don't care who they heard it from, can we apply it? And can we walk around going, Jesus is alive? And then the second thing he brought out that I thought was great was, morning, Lord, what do you have for me today? And
yes.
I thought, wow, that is a great prayer. And then talking to the staff, one of them said this morning, she goes, my husband prayed that at breakfast for us this morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, amen. I said, as long as we are in that mode of kind of going, okay, it's fun to get stirred up. It's fun to give. It's fun to be a part of it. But it's like, okay, what does this change? Right? If we go back to normal today or this week or next week and just kind of forget everything that's been said, then it didn't do anything that we wanted it to do.
Well, and we talked in life group afterwards, just that's a scary prayer to pray.
Yes.
Not only because of what God might say, but because we typically have our own plans. Mm-hmm. And this idea of God, what are we up to today? What do you have for me today? When I already have my plenty on my calendar, it's, there's a sense of, well, that doesn't work for me. Can we do that Saturday?
Do that some other time.
And so our faith walked out so many times it's kind of like we work it around our busy schedule.
Correct.
But a prayer like that puts all that at his feet and says, this is kind of what I have planned, but let me hold on to that. We talked about that. We said, the scripture's not saying don't plan, don't be intentional, but it's kind of like in golf, you hold your clubs loosely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You trust the clubs, and if you hold too tight, and it's the same with our faith is we make plans, we're intentional because the days are evil, because we don't get time back. So we don't want to waste it, but we hold on to that loosely. Like, okay, God, here's my plans, knowing full well that if you have something else for me, I'm yours. And so, it's been a good month to hear, and Wallace did a great job bringing in these folks who are partners with us. Jonathan, John Jarogi, and then Joe. And then I was on vacation the first week. Did you speak, or did someone else come and speak? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And so it was kind of good because I spoke in the same passage that Joe did. And so I kicked it off with that passage and talking about, what is our approach to looking at people.
You just didn't say Jesus is alive.
I did not say Jesus is alive, and what do you got for me today? And
boy, it sounds like you missed some opportunities.
I missed some opportunities there, but
I will say
that was a good bookend. Let me put it that way. Yeah.
Now that Jay's had a shot at it, Joe
actually did it the right way.
I will say, I think people are excited about you getting back into preaching, because we love you. We love just how you get up there and just speak from your heart what God has put on it, and in a way that's very accessible, that is. So I know people are excited.
You saying that, because the ones that talked to me yesterday were the opposite. They were like, we got to follow that up with you after we've had 3 really good speakers back to back.
So who's next?
Yeah, who's next? And I'm like, well, it's me again. And they were like, it's just that look of disappointment of going, we've had a great month.
No, I think their Missions Month is a great, and its emphasis on what's going on around the world, how we're partnering with it, how our people can get connected, like with the big give that we had Sunday.
Yep.
But we talk about this all the time. We're also about community. So I think not only are they excited about you getting back in the pulpit, I think our life groups are excited about getting back together. And there's been a couple weeks where we were back together, but it was focused on so I think it's been a great season.
It's good to pause every now and then, but now it's like, all right, let's get back in the rhythm and and kind of get back with our groups. And it's one of those things that I think everybody kind of balks at first. It's like 3 out of 5 weeks we're not going to be in our life group, because we built this entire church basically around life groups and community, and us realizing, hey, we're better together. And so the thought of going, we got 3 weeks where we're not going to be in life group, it's kind of strange. Now we go through those 3 weeks and everybody goes, oh, it was great. Love that. But I think there is that anticipation to go, I'm ready to be back and, kind of get back into my normal routine, so to speak, and just begin to grow again with what God's doing and how he's sharing that. And so
the series you're doing,
awesome. Starting a new series this Sunday, Finding Calm in the Chaos. The whole holiday season, man, it's just crazy.
Nuts.
And some of it is, like we're going to talk about this week. We're actually going to look at this from the book of Philippians. And so we're going to stay in Philippians. It won't be a verse by verse, exegetical kind of a sermon, but it will be through all of the book of Philippians for the next 4 weeks. But we're really going to look at some of the questions that we have, right, as we come into a holiday season, some of the things that are there. So this week we're going to talk about expectations. And so I think a lot of times we expect so much of the holidays, and
I expect, and I don't know why, because every time, we take a trip around the sun, I'm thinking, okay, I can't wait until the, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, because it'll be a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And it is
No.
not at all. I think the same thing about summer. And it's just, it's busy. It's just a different type of busy.
It is.
And I'll tell you, if it weren't for Amazon, no one would get gifts that is in my family or because I just don't want to get out in the craziness.
Well, what's fun about it as a parent now is that when your kid wants something, you go, hey, let's put that on the Christmas list.
Yeah.
Right? So you bought yourself really an extra month here of November of not having to buy anything special. You got to put that on the list.
Yeah.
And,
well, it used to, when I was a kid, it was you would circle things in the Sears catalog.
Yes.
That would come along. And of course, I would circle half the catalog. But now, the Amazon, just make yourself a list.
Yeah.
And then I'll choose from it.
Yeah. And there's so many other ones out there now too. Molly Grace was showing me the other night, this Go list, Wish. I don't know what it was.
Is that tied to Amazon or is it something?
It's not tied to Amazon.
Okay.
But it's the same kind of a thing where you can put all your stuff on there, which is great for grandparents or for people that are out of state. It's like, and then it tells you, you can reserve a gift or you can say, hey, I'm going to get this one. And so then it comes off. My biggest thing with my kids are they keep going back and look at that wish list to see what items have been purchased, what items have not. And I'm like, this needs to be, some sense of surprise, when you get there. But maybe we've gotten past that. It's just like, what do you want, man? Just tell me what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go buy these 3 things. Here it is, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Amy and I always laugh. We've never done Christmas gifts for each other. And she's like, because let's be honest, if we want something, we go get it.
Go get it, right?
Go get it. And so, it's kind of nice not to have that pressure. My wife does not have, her love language is not gifts. And so it frees me up big time because I'm not a great gift giver to begin with.
Yeah.
But it's just, the expectations of everything this year is going to be perfect, right? The meal is going to be perfect and the kids are not going to fight and, everybody in the family is going to get along. And it's like, what world are we living in? It's never been perfect. The 50 years I've been on the planet, the rolls are going to get burnt. The turkey's going to be dry. This is going to, and it's like, but does that ruin everything? But because we build up so much expectation over this, it's like, man, one thing goes wrong and all of a sudden my whole world's spinning, right?
Yeah,
I've fallen back into that chaos. And so, this series is one of really perspective, of joy, of gratitude, of kind of going, all right, I don't want to set myself up for failure, right? Because failure's going to come. Sure. And, it's not the Norman Rockwell picture that everybody always sees.
If we went to when I was a kid, we went to New England states. We went to Norman Rockwell's home, and what's interesting.
Tell me it was a mess.
Well, it was not Rockwellian. In fact, so much of what he painted of the American ideal of families sitting around the table was just out of his own imagination, and it was not. He there were individual people that he kind of took their images and characterized them. I don't know the word I'm trying to say, but not quite. But these images that we look back at and say, oh, the good old days, those weren't even a thing. Those weren't photographs of real life people caught in
Dad,
their.
Why do you not use our family for any of these photos?
Yeah. So it is interesting to see, the nostalgia we hold on to many times, and even when the rolls are burned and the turkey's dry, when we look back, those aren't either they're not the things we remember, or we remember them in a funny way. Nostalgic way. And so,
do you remember that? Oh, that was the best year. Yeah. And those are usually the best years.
The things we get torn out of the frame. Yeah.
They come back to be. And so, I want to set us up for success this year, not failure.
Right.
And so I think, in a season for the next 2 months that becomes so chaotic, and it's expectations we put on ourselves, it's different things that happen and questions that we have and things that we're wrestling with because we want everything to be perfect and we want our kids to be happy and we want our family happy, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And it's just, what if we just pause for a second and let's go, you know what? This year, I'm going to change my outlook on some things, and I'm going to choose peace right in the midst of all this. I'm not going to run myself ragged.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, overcommit to everything.
Well,
because heaven forbid.
The time that we give to people that really aren't even in our closest sphere out of a sense of obligation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We've got one of the girls in our life group is getting married and just this thing around who do I invite?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just that sense of, okay, well, I feel like obligated. And so I've got to get a gift for so-and-so and so-and-so. And then this person's on, do I get a gift for them or not? And that's a nightmare to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's stress I don't need. There's part of me that's going to be like, Merry Christmas. There you go. That's it. That's my gift to you.
I'm thinking of that TV show where they open up the card and it says a gift has been given in your name.
Oh gosh.
And I don't remember which one it was, but we could just print off
donation.
a bunch of those. Yeah. We made a donation in your name to this charity.
That's lame.
The charity doesn't even exist.
Just be honest. Say, I didn't want to do anything.
I didn't want to do anything, so I didn't do anything this year, but I still love you. You know?
Or
maybe read between the lines.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, so that'll be our series. Hopefully it will not only resonate with where we find ourselves, but that it'll be something that we go, wow, okay, I'm going to choose peace this year. I'm going to realize that, it's calm's not found in the absence of chaos, is what we're going to talk about this month, right? It's not found in the absence of chaos. It's found in the presence of Christ.
Yeah.
And so how can I reorientate? Reorientate?
Sure. I'm making up words. You can make up words.
Okay, sounds good. How can I change my perspective on this and go, you know what? It's going to be chaotic. There's going to be some things, but I'm going to choose to be at peace in the midst of it. So hopefully it'll be something that resonates with everybody. And I think that'll be good. Yeah.
So we've gotten a few, this year we have remodeled the worship center. And so we've got the big screen LED is coming.
Yes.
This month. We're
November the
installing
17th.
it. Okay.
I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's when
just
we're
jinx
starting,
everything.
but we're not. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything goes so smoothly. And so
right.
No, we are scheduled right now for November the 17th for the big screen to come in. And they're saying a few days to get that installed. So there's the potential.
Todd, I tried to steer away from dates and
and we're prophetic here. We're speaking it into existence is what we're doing. We're not jinxing it in any way.
Okay, Oprah. So we do have the new sign outside.
The new sign out front. Yeah, it looks great.
It does.
It does. And so a lot of cool things that are going on, and now people get to see that again. And so they had a few issues with that because we had some old power and old different things that had to change, voltage wise to be able to run the new sign.
Yeah.
But we've got about twice the amount of pixels and screen space that we did before. They say we could actually run our services out there. Now, I don't think we can legally do that because, traffic jams, everybody stopping because they really want to be a part of it.
Exactly.
But,
who is this man who speaks such wisdom?
Who is this bougie worship guy that they've got out there leading everything?
Yeah.
No, but, just great sign. Now we got some opportunities to promote a lot of the things that are going on. And, especially from the sign that was dead 4 months leading up to this, it's nice to actually see things that are, kind of on the sign right now. So, but it's just encouraging to see the different things that we've been working towards starting to be accomplished. And so as soon as we can finish up inside the worship center, then we're on target and heading into Kids Praise, heading into Christmas, heading into everything that right around the corner.
Yeah.
Next week things will slow down. That's what we just keep telling ourselves.
Yeah. It's No Shave November. So
No Shave November.
If you're watching on video, you can probably tell that I have not shaved for, a day.
Dang.
or two.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see how this progresses in our
Right.
wonderful little time together.
Yeah, if I can take it. But no,
So you're gonna let the head grow. You're gonna let
where it will.
the beard grow.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, they say if you're thinning up here, you're a thinker. If you're thinning here, you're a lover. If you think both, you just think you're a lover. So that's I kind of had both, and so I cut it all off.
That's good.
Around
That's
28.
good.
So
actually,
yeah.
I participated in 2019 in the No Shave November and have not shaved the beard since then. So
really,
yeah,
wow.
so it's been kind of crazy to think about. At first, I was like, "Yeah, it looks all right." Now it's hiding so many chins that I'm afraid to shave it, and everybody's gonna go, "God, he really is that fat." Right now, you just think I am, so that's a good thing. What else is happening in life, man?
So yeah. Well, thank you for those of you who have been praying for me. I had a heart cath on Friday. That went well. Didn't have to get a stent or anything. And I think any of, just slight blockage that I should be able to take care of with exercise and medication. So
how often are you going to get checked? Or how often do they want you to get checked? Did they say?
I'm talking to my cardiologist, I think, beginning of December. They may move it up. I don't know. But, I fortunately, Drew Snyder got me connected to a great cardiologist who sped up the process. So they got me on a treadmill and, the heart cath just real expedited. So,
nice.
I'll just kind of keep an eye on it. This week, I'm not supposed to lift anything above 10 pounds. So we'll see how that goes. The kitchen stuff can be challenging, but I got a great team, and our Wednesday night meals are going fantastic with a skeleton crew. So let me appeal to you if you would, even if you don't know anything about cooking or the kitchen, it is a lot of fun, but we could use more hands. This week we're doing barbecue, so that'll be fairly light. Then next week lasagna, and we're wrapping it up. We won't obviously do it the week of Thanksgiving, but I think our last one will be the first week of December, so I can give the team a break, so we can get the next semester's menu planned and put out there. But that's been a new ministry we started this semester. To great feedback.
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, there's a buzz, and especially the young families, that are coming, and with all the kids that are doing kids praise and the different things that are happening. It's just fun to go down there and to watch them sitting around laughing and joking. And, you see a camaraderie from the team side of it, from you guys.
Right.
There's just something about serving together that really bonds you. And
that ticking clock, we haven't always started serving at 5:15, but there's a fun in trying to, we got to get this stuff ready and out of the kitchen, and then cleanup is a lot of work. So more hands helps all that.
The merrier.
Yeah.
And it's just a great opportunity. I know I kind of fought you on it. I will say in a nice way at the beginning of this, but it's turned out to be really good. And so, when I'm wrong, I admit that I'm wrong.
I love proving you wrong.
And,
it's one of my favorite things. Well, when I got here, and
you've done it a lot,
and I was like,
a short amount of time,
I'd love to make a craftsman team, and you were like, people here hire all that out. They don't know how to do it, and that was something I've been able to somewhat hand off. Charlie Saylor's doing a phenomenal job on Wednesdays with that, and it continues to grow, not just in people coming, but in what we're doing. And so they're doing projects around the church, even off campus for some different people. And as we help our folks learn, I really am wanting to do some disaster relief to be able to go. So one of the things we're praying for is like a truck for the church.
No. Okay, gotcha. One of the things we're praying for, is
sadly
a truck.
We won't have to pray for that. Those come along.
Yes, true.
But a truck that we can get equipment and haul equipment, that kind of thing. So we're looking looking into that. But that's been great to be able to hand that off to capable people and see that continue to grow. And then that's my plan as well for this kitchen team. Got a right-hand guy in Brian, and the team has gelled. And even though we certainly need more people, the folks that we have love doing it.
Yeah.
And so next semester I'll be helping, but not as much in charge. So that's been a lot of fun. And to see, like you said, the young families, but even some of the older folks just coming and just having fellowship together.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. So
Awesome.
We have enjoyed that. So anything else?
No, I think that's pretty much it for this moment.
Yeah.
Just trying to wrap our heads around getting through the end of this year and looking then towards 2026 and
right.
another great year in front of us.
The last year and our fiscal calendar gets done end of September.
Yep.
New budget and everything in October. So last year was just amazing.
Yep.
In the way that we folks were generous in giving, meeting and surpassing budget needs, as well as the people that have come on and partnered with us through membership. So it is fun and exciting times at PCBC.
Absolutely.
So,
and I've talked to several life group leaders who are pushing membership at the moment, and and just continuing to remind people the importance of it. And hey, we need you. Come on, be a part of this.
Absolutely.
And you need us. I mean, that's the joy of the body of Christ. And so I'm excited to see, kind of how those numbers will continue to move forward, continuing to see people come week in and week out that have never been connected or a part of it. And met 3 different couples yesterday that's first time here. And so, and I'm sure there were more. Those are just the ones that, I happen to come across, or somebody says, hey, you got to meet so-and-so. And, those are the things that we're seeing people from all walks of life.
Right.
And, as a pastor, there's no greater joy than having that multi-generational connection and just watching what God does. And so we want to continue to give him the glory. And, as much as possible, us stay out of the way and just go, all right, Lord, don't let us screw it up. But you keep taking it where you want it to go. And I'm just thrilled about where we are at this moment. And know God has some big things on the horizon.
Absolutely. Well, and we have another disco class this month. So that is our Sunday. Discover class. So if you have not crossed that line into membership or just want to know more about PCBC, it is during the life group hour, and it's a great way. Jay leads it. I try to be in there as well. And it's a great way to find out about the church, get to ask Jay questions, and it is one of those initial steps in membership. So we want to invite you to that if you haven't been a part of it. So, but it's been a great year. We're looking forward to another one and to a great holiday season that's coming up. So we're looking forward to doing that with you. And thank you for being a part of PCBC. And we hope that you have a great rest of your day. God bless. Well, that's it for this episode of On Second Thought. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. If you have a question or thought, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to find out more about your church on the corner, check us out at pcbchurch.org. We'll be back next week with more. So until then, have a great week and God bless.